Uh, Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me from Navi Mumbai is Trisha Ghoshal and Snehashish Mukherjee covering the entire Women's World Cup. They've been doing it for how long now? How long has it been? 1 month?
Yeah, 1 month, 2 days.
1 month, 2 days of constant traveling and everyday reporting from on ground. Good job, guys. But today is all about goodbyes. Sophie Devine,
Oh,
final ODI for New Zealand. Quite an emotional farewell, that is. We saw that in the morning during the national anthem, even when she was walking out on the field. There were tears in her eyes, and even when she was out there for the toss, it was the same. I'm sure the dressing room must have been even worse in the morning because I'm sure they had a pep talk or a little team talk, but quite an emotional farewell for Sophie Devine, one of the most complete all rounders in international cricket, one of the most talented. Started out her career, her cricket career, international career as a teenager. So she's been in there, she's been in the system for quite some time now. Incredible all-rounder, incredible leader who has, always believed in leading from the front and has inspired an entire generation. Trisha, Snehashish, how does that feel? Cricket without Sophie Devine. Ever since I've been watching international cricket, Sophie Devine has always been there.
Exactly what I was thinking. That ever since we have watched, I would say watch. I have also heard a lot about women's cricket before watching it because, yeah, I am older than both Gargi and Sneha. So from that, yeah, from that era, I think I have been watching, hearing, seeing in scoreboards and all that. Sophie Devine has been a constant, and so has Susie Betts. But we'll talk about Betts later. Sophie Devine, of course, last ODI, quite difficult to believe, when the national anthem was going on. I was getting emotional, so I can understand the thoughts, going through Sophie Devine's mind. And you spoke about cricket, complete all rounder, but also, the other part to it. Every time I looked at Sophie Devine, and I think I've said this to the two of you 100 times, that whenever I look at her, it's a new belief that I get. Somebody coming back from leukemia and then still being the complete all rounder that she was. I mean, that she is. She still is. But of course, humor, she's still the. For me, she's the greatest all rounder in many many ways because New Zealand has not been a team where you had a lot of backups. She has not often got people backing her up. Yes, there was a phase where there were Emmy Satterthwaite, Lee Tahuhu, and all those, a fantastic New Zealand team. But mostly it has been carrying a lot of weight on her own shoulders. And to do that for so many years, longevity does have a meaning, and longevity does tell you how much passion, how much hard work, sweat, blood, everything goes into it. All I can say is all the respect here, and thankfully the match is not in Navi Mumbai because Navi Mumbai anyway is raining. I think I would have added a few more tears to that.
Not again. The skies are adding enough tear. The sky is crying.
Exactly.
Snehashish, your thoughts? Watching Sophie Devine for the last time today in ODIs, how does it feel?
yes, actually, when we attend the post-match press conference yesterday, after India game, it was also very emotional from our perspective. And
Yesterday there was no post match.
yesterday, means in the last game when India faced this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I can say, just I think 1 year back, 1 year or maybe one more week back, they won the T20 World Cup, and it was a fantastic way to goodbye to say goodbye to the T20 format for her, for 2G Bates, and you can say yeah, Tahu also to win the World Cup to guide New Zealand to their most prestigious IPL title. So that was a very good way, but I think this World Cup has not gone as would have planned. But I think the way she has played throughout her career across all three formats, I know that England have played so many late stage matches. But when it comes to T20s and ODIs, I think she has been a phenomenal leader and obviously an individual player, I would say, as an all-rounder. I can remember, few months back when the 100 was going on, me and Susheti was discussing the way after a long gap she made a comeback and the fitness that she I think she brought with her. I think it's superb, the fitness level. And the way she was transforming game by game with the bat, with the ball at this age, I think it was fantastic to see. And most importantly, I think inside more than on of the field, on the field, I think off the field, I think he has been a fabulous character. You know, he with the young guys, he with the experienced players also. I think if you talk with someone like Eden Carson, someone like Georgia Primer, they are always full of praise of their captain. Yeah, and in our interview also, Eden Carson said there is only one Sophie Divine, and that is what that is what you want over the years by being the leader, by being that player for your country. So I think excellent career. It's unfortunate that in this World Cup it has come to an end. But even today, when the match started, me and Peter were discussing that at least today, I think we should expect that New Zealand should, you know, uh, uh, fall off this World Cup with a win, and Sophie Devine should end with a win and with a fantastic knock or maybe with a fantastic spills. But though the batting didn't happen as we
Let's hope she
expected,
picks up 2 3
yes.
wickets.
But let's see with the ball whether she can do or not. But overall, it's been a fantastic career, and let's see what New Zealand come up in the next coming years.
Not sure if they're going to be a next Sophie Divine. Maybe that's for the
Yes.
good of the sport.
Also, Gargi, also, I was just thinking when Sneashish was answering that Sophie Devai's retirement is actually the beginning of many retirements that's going to happen after the World
Yes.
Cup. I think all the teams are going to go through a huge transition phase. All that I'm saying is, I'm keeping my hanky right in my pocket because I think I will.
Even in the New Zealand team, we've got, I think
Yes.
this would be the final World Cup for Susie Bates. I think this will be the final World Cup for Leah
Yeah.
Tahuhu. These
I
two,
wouldn't be
these two are the
surprised if
only names
Maddie
I can
Queen
think of.
also,
Maybe, yeah, till
Maddie
4 years
Queen
is a
also,
long time.
yeah, because 4 years is
Hmm.
also a long time. But you are absolutely correct. These three definitely, I don't see them featuring even in the
No.
next T20 World Cup, to be precise, which is in June, right? So I don't see them being there. Even Australia, I don't think. I think that's why the desperation from Healy,
Mhm.
Mooney, and all of them because they Perry. I think this is their last World Cup anyway. So as
We
I
can.
said, I think Sophie Devine has opened the door for a lot more retirements
For the
coming very
others
very
too,
soon.
she's telling others, guys, it's okay.
That's just
It's okay
so
to
very
Yeah.
true.
walk out.
She's
I mean,
getting.
we have
Must be such
passed
a
on the
great
baton.
decision.
Yeah, she must be saying that we have passed on the baton. Now it's for the younger generation to pick it up and do a
Yes.
good job with it. But as of now, it's time for us to walk ahead because we have done so much for women's cricket that, yeah, it's time. Let's move forward and maybe live life now in a different way.
Now that we've talked about Sophie Devine for quite a bit, first 10 minutes, because she deserves it. She probably deserved an entire different show because the kind
So,
of
absolutely.
contributions that she's given to
Absolutely.
even to cricket and New Zealand. I'm wondering how after Susie Bates, Leah Tahuhu, and Sophie Devine, how is New Zealand cricket going to handle this change? It will be a huge transition period for New Zealand cricket.
India is yet to find a replacement for Mithali and Susan Bolt. So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to replace once in a lifetime player. And so I think best is don't look to replace them. You just carry on the absolutely just carry on the legacy in the best way possible.
What? Riro is saying, why do I feel that Gargi looks down upon women's cricket despite being a sportswoman herself? Love the passion with which Trisha covers it. Women's sports coverage requires a lot more empathy.
Bargaining this time. What
कौन
are
सी
they
गार्गी
talking
की?
about? तो मुझे नहीं पता ये कौन सी गाड़ी की बात हो रही है.
ये आपको
Yeah,
लगा भी
guys, I
कैसे?
don't know. This is coming up because she covers a lot more of men's cricket,
Yes,
but I
I
don't
think that's
think it
probably
is
it.
about. Yeah, I don't think it is about that, and especially there is no chance that she can look down upon women's cricket because then she has to look down upon herself. She
Yeah.
is a women's cricketer. She has been right now. She might be a journalist, but Gandhi and I both are former women cricketers and proudly so. Whatever small contributions we have done to our states or teams or whatever, we are proudly former women cricketers. So there's no way we are going to look down
No
on the
way.
sport.
You know,
And probably that's why you see the passion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the reason here is I understand why you're feeling that way is because as professionals we all have our certain duties and
yeah.
certain set duties of what we are all doing. Trisha and Snehashish are dedicatedly covering it on ground. I am doing something else. Does that mean that I'm not passionate about it? No. Just because I will give you a brilliant example. Just because you're a doctor and you've been a cricket fan all your life, does that mean that you look down on cricket? Just because your profession is
Absolutely.
doctor, that doesn't make any sense, right?
Wow.
Just because I'm
Gargi, well done. Superb example.
wow,
Seriously.
so smart.
Yes, Trisha, you told me in WCI, Trisha, you always keep charging this.
I beat myself.
Yeah, that's the best part.
uh, Unfortunately all my big shots come out on terrace cricket.
Yeah, and we keep reminding that कि terrace है, छोटा है, जहाँ बाहर नहीं मार सकते. Madam is hitting cover drives and all.
Oh gosh.
But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, let's take some comments. On off is
Yeah.
saying love from moon.
Love from
Love
moon.
from love from moon. क्या यहाँ
It has
चांद का बात
started raining, I think.
चांद की बात हो रही है बेथ मूनी की बात हो रही है?
बेतमुनी के बारे में इतना तो हमने अच्छा नहीं बोला है कि वो लव भेजेगी.
Okay, Manoj
Now
Fulara is
India is
saying,
right.
हाँ,
India in right part, one change that's been made at number 3. Yeah, number 6 or 7, Amanjot should play. She can bowl medium pace and can bat much better than Thali. Yes, true. I'm not 100% sure about right path or wrong path because this right path or wrong path is happening on the basis of just one match. And if you go back to Red Sports shows, you will see Snehashish and I have been saying even before India started playing the 4 important matches that if India has to win 2 of those matches, the aim should be. Boliala has
off the
commented. This is not her call, it is my call. I assign who covers what. Today, for example, she's doing this with Sudhi. They'll be asked to cover another event. Oh, Bori, acha, for a second I thought what happened there. Yes,
Did you
exactly.
see the account?
And there you go, Boriaga standing up for his team members as usual. So yes, it's absolutely the company's call. Nobody decides which sport who covers. But yeah, getting back to Manoj, I think again, right path, wrong path cannot be about just one game. When it comes to Sena countries, um, assigning next year, yeah, it is always the case. You have to plan ahead. Um, I will get back to my answer saying we were expected to defeat South Africa and New Zealand both. And in fact, if you look at the semis, the 14s, it's only India who has not defeated a single other semi-finalist this time. So I don't know if we are in the right path, but what I completely agree with Manoj is on the fact that number 3 should definitely be Jemmy, or in fact, I'll go one step ahead and I'll say you can exchange between Jemmy and Deepti, yes, depending on who gets out first, Smriti Mandana or Pratika Rawal, and of course, get in Amanjot first.
Snehashish, are you seeing any changes in the playing 11 today? Or do you think it's going to be the same winning 11 that India will go with?
What we both expect, I think 2 changes might happen today. One maybe with Richa Ghosh because Richa Ghosh sustained a finger injury in the last game against New Zealand. So I think team might not risk her in this game because it's not a important game for you in terms of getting a place for the semi-final. It's already sealed. So I think the team might not take that risk. Maybe we can see Uma Chetri in that place or the practice session and the practice session that we saw yesterday. I think there must be a direct replacement for Renuka Singh Thakur. We can see maybe Amanjot Kaur in place of her because
Yeah.
the workload management, because Renuka has been coming to this World Cup after a long injury layoff. So I think in terms of workload management, considering you need her fully fit and available for that Australia clash in that most important semi-final. So I think in this game, maybe these 2 changes might happen for India. Uma Chetri for Richa Ghosh to avoid that injury concern, and obviously for workload management, Amanjot Kaur might come in place of Renuka Singh Thakur.
Absolutely. Trisha, and she's got her rain jacket on. So clearly, I would.
Yes.
And what timing? Because I was just about to ask you, tell us about the weather. Are you expecting rain? Will it be another rain affected match?
Expecting it's
Huh.
raining.
Yeah, it's already started kind of a drizzle something,
Yeah.
but rain will happen. I think it has been a pattern for here only every day. Every day it has been a pattern in Navi Mumbai. For 1 hour rain will happen either in morning or either one time in evening.
Yeah.
So I think again today I think we might get 1 or 2 stops in between the games, but the game will happen. It is not that it will
Game
affect.
will happen at
Yeah,
least 40 overs game. I think
yeah,
I'm
it will
expecting
happen.
that it will happen.
Such
Yeah,
a
but some
bummer.
But yeah,
delays are
start
there.
stop.
Hmm.
Such a bummer that
Let's start.
so many matches have been washed out, have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I
Smash
mean,
it
that's
run
not
inside.
Oh, so you're the first one.
Pakka.
okay.
Yeah,
Priyanshu is saying
because
Harman needs to learn from Buryada.
Ah, okay.
she needs to. Yeah,
Need that
about
delivery.
leadership part. Yeah, but
Yes,
I don't think
leadership.
she's
Yes.
interested. Yeah, but I don't think she's interested.
Uh, Aryan is saying, did you guys see yesterday's Australia match? They are becoming more ruthless. Will India be able to repeat 2017 final?
171.
171. Yes. See, I
And yet
think I
another
think
one.
it's not about.
Circle moment.
I'll tell you what, Kargi. So, Alisa Healy summed this up very well. I think somebody before the
Pre-match.
yeah, in the pre-match of the India-Australia game, actually asked Healy that how much did the Australian cricket's approach change after that 171? So she was like, I don't remember much of the innings, but obviously you guys search for reasons to show that on TV. So quite a few times I've seen that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it was something that made pushed us to be more ruthless. So, Aryan, yes, they are becoming more ruthless because that's what great teams do. And Australia will always be a great team. That's why they're known as mighty Aussies. In fact, in the semi-finals, they will come at you so hard that you have to be more than well prepared for it. Can India be that? My only question is, and this is based on the pattern, Gandhi, that I'm saying, Gandhi's financial report, that I have not seen that kind of a positive and proactive attitude from the Harman Amol team yet. If they can come up with it, uh, to be honest, all three of us will be the happiest here. But if they can't, then I will actually say that this was expected.
Because we're talking about Elisa Healy, I think I should tell my story of SCG.
Please do.
Meet,
Okay.
meeting. Okay. Bye, Snehashish. Farewell for the
Yeah.
show. No. But I was saying, and you know this story very well because I think you were the first person I came up to. I was like, I saw Elisa Healy. But what happened was, at the Sydney Cricket Ground, this was the final test match between India and Australia, Border Gavaskar Trophy. And I'm in the washroom. I washed my hands and I was just about to leave. And as I was about to open the door, as I was about to reach for the handle, someone else opened it from the other side. And I just slowly looked up to see that it was Elisa Healy. And you would expect me to say either hi, hello. I've looked up to you all my life. I one of the reasons why I started playing was because of you. But no, I said nothing. I completely froze, and all I did was this. That's it. That was my.
And she
Nothing.
also stopped Aliza Healy from going to the toilet because she was standing on the door, frozen. Healy also didn't want to be rude and throw her away. So Healy also was standing. She was also standing on the door.
And she's opened the door and she's looking at me like this. Yes.
Like, do I go to the toilet or do I not? What?
And then, of course, I'm completely frozen. And then she just says, do you want to go? And I said, oh, yeah, yeah, sorry. I just got completely starstruck because I've grown up watching you. And she laughed and then we just went our own ways. But that has never happened to me before. And I don't think it'll happen again. But whatever that was, I
Do
completely
you know the
ruined.
Ogni story? Do you
Yes,
know
I
the
do.
Ogni story? Yeah, you of course know. I'll tell you the Ogni story. So we are having lunch. Aliza Healy comes for lunch, and Ogni says, "I am one of her biggest fans. Can I take a picture with her?" I said, "Of course." He's like, "I don't know what to tell her." I said, "You go and tell her that you want a picture." No, please, no, I can't. I said, "Okay, fine." So we finished eating. Healy is there, standing and chatting. with somebody, and I went. I'm here. I'm just going to tell Healy, hi, ma'am. He's a huge fan of yours, blah blah. And suddenly I see somebody pulls my hand and takes me away from there. I'm like, what happened, Omni? No, 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 we can't just randomly go and take pictures with her. I'm extremely shy. And he runs up. I said, what just happened? So he was completely like he also got frozen because of the star aura and all that. And just by the way, Healy is a very like absolutely. She was like, if you had your fan moment, can I go to toilet? Yes, I'm sure that's what was going on in Healy's head. That हो गया देख लिया अब मैं जाऊँ थोड़ा सा
हो गया होगा तो मैं जाऊँ. Fitman here is asking, and this is an important issue that we should talk about. On one side, we are dreaming of organizing Olympics. On the other hand, Aussie players faced such embarrassment yesterday. I am very hurt.
All of us are hurt. I think, especially Gargi and I will share the sentiments way more. And I'm not talking about gender. I'm just saying about the safety and the feeling of insecurity always, when I'm doing the show alone, and when at night, Snehashi goes for press conference in every single city, including Indore. In fact, I was wondering, Pritmong, that in Indore at 12:15 in the night, I was doing a video and I was all alone. People had left because Snehashi had to come all the way from the press conference room. It's not a good feeling. Yes, we are absolutely hurt, and not only hurt, we are enraged. But there is one thing that I have a problem with Fitmonk, and I'll explain why. When you say we are dreaming of organizing Olympics, I think you should talk more about infrastructure than about these things. And I'll tell you why, because no, it's not a strange incident, but the thing is, these were the safety issues that was there in Paris. These were the safety issues that we were warned of when we went to India, England tour as well. In London, you are continuously warned after 9:30 to be extremely careful. So it is not one city, one state, or one country problem. It is a mindset problem in every single country. And why? All men is not the point, but many, many men fall in that category. So we cannot turn this into a country hunt, or neither can we turn this into a religious hunt. We have to face it bluntly as it is, that it's a mindset problem. It's a problem that we need to face, and these people need to be punished, and there should be strict law about that. I am hurt, and I've written piece on this, that there are a lot of people who are discussing about security breach. If the MPCA is looking into it, they should. That's their protocol. They should look into it. But when people start talking about why did they go out, that is not the problem. And people saying that are the part of the problem. So that's why I don't think that this proves that we cannot have Olympics here, because as I said, Western countries as well is not safe. The Western countries that we learn from books, the Western countries that we watch in movies is not the Western countries of the reality. Again, Gargi and I have been to Western countries. I have been staying in Western countries for quite some time, on and off, at least 4 or 5 months a year. I'm in one of the Western countries because my sister also stays outside. So when I go to visit her, I am in the US. I can rest assured you,
Just as unsafe.
it is not. Sorry?
It is just as unsafe.
It is just a concept. It is not a country thing. It's a mindset thing. And one of the genders need to change the way they look at the other gender as soon as possible. Till then, we cannot handle this. But yeah, laws need to be strict. We need to back each other, and we need to ask proper questions, not stupid questions like why did they go out without security? If two players cannot go out to have a coffee without security, then what's the point of normal life at all? That's about it. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, coming back to the match, final few minutes on
Yes,
the show. Uma Chetri has got her debut cap. Richa Ghosh has been rested to prepare for the
as
semi-final. Your
expected.
final
Yeah.
thoughts, Nisha, before we close the show.
I think Uma Chetri is in fine form. At least in the net, she was batting really well. And what I liked is, Gagi, you and I have had discussions that Uma is a very one-dimensional player. She has a lot of
Toss has been delayed.
Yeah, that's because the rain has just stopped.
Yeah.
The rain has just stopped, and I'm expecting that in another 15-20 minutes, toss will happen. And I want India to lose the toss today because so that we win it in the semi-finals. That's where we need it more. Here it just does not matter, you know. But in the semis, we need to win the toss, Gargi. It is going to be extremely important. Getting back to Uma, you know how you and I have discussed about her leg side shots and her predominantly being a leg side player. Recently, in the last few practice sessions, I've seen Uma Chetri has added so many shots to the offside, and in fact, using the leg side also much better. So I'm seeing a more complete Uma Chetri, and I've seen Uma Chetri who does not miss practice sessions at all. After the World Cup, wherever we end, I want to do a specific show on Arundhati Reddy and Uma Chetri because they are the examples of work ethics. They probably knew Uma wouldn't have known that Richa would get injured and she would get a game. Ideally, you, me, Uma, Arundhati, each one of them know that they are not going to get a single game probably. But Aru and Uma Chetri have turned up for optional practice sessions as well. So that kind of dedication, always that kind of hard work is always rewarded in some way or the other. And I hope now that Uma has got a chance, especially it's a Bangladesh game, she should be able to prove herself. She was hitting quite a few sixes yesterday. Let's hope she hits a few today.
Absolutely. On that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you so much, everyone,
Yeah.
for joining and sending in your questions. A day of goodbyes and a day of hellos. Goodbye for Sophie Devine and a hello for Uma Chetri, who's just debuted in ODI cricket. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back very soon at the mid innings. So don't forget to join us then. Thank you.